done. It's done.
Screen and slides has been shared now, right? Slide share. Share. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Can I? Okay. Very good afternoon. Very good morning to all of you. Welcome to session 2 of CSC 1002 computer applications. So this session and my next session, so I'll be conducting 2 sessions, will be on 6 must-know technologies. As you know, the artificial intelligence, definitely the number 1 technology. And then there'll be 5 more technologies, including robotics, Internet of Things, cloud computing, AR and VR, and the blockchain. So that will be the content of my section. So my section, I'm going to cover it in 2 sessions. So today, I'll be doing the part 1. In part 1, we are going to discuss the artificial intelligence, of course, mainly, and then we can move on to robotics and the IoT. Right? And in session 2, I'll be discussing the 3 remaining technologies, AR, VR, cloud computing, and the blockchain. And then in the part 2 of this, my next session will be on using generative AI during your degree program, right? So using generative AI, especially large language models like the ChatGPT, and how to use them effectively to thrive at the university, right? So using these wonderful technology as an assistant, right? As an assistant to improve your university education, as you know, the education has been transformed to a completely new setup nowadays. So these artificial intelligence, large language models can help you. So you can come to the lectures well prepared, and get engaged in the work, and you can learn faster. So that is the beauty of that. So my last part of my section will be on using artificial intelligence to for to improve your university education. So that will be the content of my section. So without wasting time, so let's go into the lecture now. So the lecture one will be on 6 must-know technologies, part 1. Okay, let's start. So share. Right. I hope you can see the screen. Right, 6 must-know technology, the part 1 of my section. So this is what I explained. There'll be two sessions. Session 1 on CIS must-know technologies, and session 2 will be about thriving at the university in the age of artificial intelligence. And so I have named that section Einstein in your basement. So the session 2 will be interesting session. So you can assume that you have an Einstein in your basement, right? And how to use it in your education. Right. So these are the contents of today's session. So first, I'm going to talk about the digital transformation. So we have gone through a digital transformation from the early human evolution. So that will be discussed first, and then I'm going to introduce the 6 technologies. And then, so this is our first technology, AI, the age of AI. And in AI, generative AI is the main application area of artificial intelligence, right? And I'm going to use that to introduce AI. Basically, this is like the definition of AI. So we are going to basically define AI. And then from that, I'm going to talk about some interesting applications of generative AI. And then the robotics, the second must-know technology, right? And the Internet of Things. So today I'll be covering 3 technologies, and in session 2 I'll be covering the 3 remaining technologies and the use of AI in your university education, right? Now we have come through a long process, right? In the human evolution, millions of years ago. So now I'm going to show you an interesting video clip from the YouTube, which is on the human evolution, the dawn of the man. So which is actually coming from a movie, popular movie called the 2001 A Space Odyssey movie, right? So this is a wonderful clip to show our evolution process. Right? So, and so see this video. So this is the early humans, right? In the apes, right? And we were living with the animals, and time to time humans face a threat like this, just like that. See, tiger suddenly comes and attacking. So this creature. So we face a lot of problems, and to overcome that, and these our ancestors, trying to find solutions, and in these solutions they suddenly went through a massive, change. So in this movie, it is depicted using this, this kind of structure they found. So this is, kind of a, structure that is presented in this movie to show one stage of the human evolution. So at this stage, something interesting happened. Something interesting happened. I will skip to that part. Uh, to overcome these issues with these, the attacks from the other animals. And one day they found these bones, right? So these, these were the, the bones, and from some animal. And while this, they are playing with these, bones, and the, he found out that this particular bone can be used as a tool, right? So this particular bone, can be used as a tool. And see, it started, operating this bone as a tool. So this is, one step of the, human evolution that, we went through. And he realized that, okay, this bone can be used as a tool, and that can see. So now they are fighting with the animals, and they overcome the threats. So this is one of the, important steps in the human evolution process. And then this movie shows a nice transformation of from this, finding this bone as a, tool, and then there's a nice scene in this movie. This the ape, after attacking these animals, and he, got excited, and he actually threw the bone in the air, threw the bone in the air like this. And then I will move to the next video. In this, same movie, uh, with the joy, now this ape, threw the bone in the air, and then this bone goes into the sky, and this director of this movie cut the scene to a spaceship like this. So this shows the evolution of the technology, right? Bone to a huge spaceship. Just realize how massive that change is, right? The same bone, even the shape also kind of similar, right? Kind of similar shape. So this is the bone, shape of the bone, and this is the shape of the spaceship. Look at this, right? So look at the shape, shape of this, the spaceship, and that's what the director wanted to show here, right? And so that shows the evolution of the technology, right? So from these the millions of years ago, we were with playing with the animals, and then we have come all the way to this, and now we are exploring Mars. Actually, this movie shows an exploration of the Jupiter, right? So that's the movie. So I wanted to use this movie as an example to show the evolution of the technology, right? And then back then, the life was really simple for us, and we were, these, having these kind of TVs in these kind of small cars, not complicated at all, and we were playing on the streets like this, right? And listening to the radios. So that was our life, even like 50 years ago. I mean, even 30 years ago, right? And then we went through a massive change in the technology, right? We went through a massive change in the technology, right? Going back to that, evolution of the technology again, and we invented fire, and then the people realized that we can use fire And from fire to the agriculture, right? Our ancestors found that we can do agriculture and we can produce our own food, right? And then from agriculture to technologies like printing. So that was a major technological advancement at that point. And then from printing to the communication. So here we started the communication. So this is where we started the communication, right? And from the communications to the technologies like the steam power, right? Technologies like the steam power, and so we have come all the way by spending, of course, millions of years. I mean, we have taken millions of years to come this far, right? And then, so this phase was kind of accelerated through the Industrial Revolution, happened in this era, right? 76 to 1840, 1840. And then, since then, people were, trying various things, and then suddenly came the computer, right? So suddenly came uh, the computer into our lives, right? So the first computer was proposed around this time, right? This wonderful device called the computer, right? And then the rest is history, right? So once we found this wonderful device computer, and I think you had a section yesterday about the computer organizations and the history and so on, right? And now we are in the age of information, right? Now we are living with these, applications, social media, software, right? YouTube's, Google. So this is our life now, right? Basically, this is our life now, and so we are in the information revolution, and we are in the information age, right? We are in the age of information, right? Okay. So, right. Yeah. Looks like there is an issue with the participation, right? In number of participant limited to 300. I just got to know from our staff. Yeah, so that I think we have to resolve using some other method. I think this session I will have to continue and pass the message to the other now. That means 200 students will miss this class. So yeah, we will definitely post the video uh, by tomorrow. That will be there, and we'll try to fix this issue with the next session, right? So that is one issue here. That was a kind of a error made by the learn. I mean, we are using our learn to conduct this Zoom, sessions using our webinar accounts. So we'll fix that issue with the next session. So I will continue the session, and the recording will be available for others. Right. Okay. So I'll continue. I'll continue. Right. Okay. Right. So now we are in the age of information. So we are living with massive amount of information, uh, right? So this is a kind of a definition of the information age. We can even call it a digital age, right? And basically, it is the beginning of 20th century. We actually call that the beginning of the information age. Uh, and so you know what we have gone through, right? So we are now in 2024. So this is basically our life in the digital, modern digital world, and you are, joining the university system in the age of information. So that is why we are having a course like this in our curriculum, right? And we see, a lot of exciting terms, right? So we see a lot of exciting terms, robotics, the autonomous AI agents, digital transformations, cloud, and one big term missing here, of course, is generative AI, right? Generative AI, and we are living with these exciting terms. So this course is about these technologies, and in my section, I'll be focusing on six of these technologies, right? Six of these technologies. Uh, you know, So this is, quite obvious. I mean, technology has changed the way we order food, buy stuff, watching TV, banking, accessing to health, transformation, even the education, right? So therefore, you must know technology very well. I mean, we also should evolve with the technology. Technology is evolving like crazy. I mean, every second, every minute, we see, something new. And so that's why we should, gear ourselves to, go with the technology and improve ourselves with the technology. Right. So this is the kind of a definition of the digital transformation. So we have, gone through a digital transformation, and even in the current situation in Sri Lanka, and we have taken some serious steps towards the digital transformation. But it's a simple, act of revolutionizing business, to take advantage of the digital technologies, intended to make them more efficient, right, accessible and scalable. So, and these are some reasons that we have seen this digital transformation, right? The automation or digitization of everything, right? So basically, the processes. So we are automating our processes, education, finances, health, all those processes we are automating, right? Automation and digitization, and the technologies like the cloud computing, artificial intelligence, of course, the social media, right? A really important, uh, technology within the digital transformation. Internet of Things, IoT, and also this high performance, fast, computers, mobile phones, and all those devices. So these things have helped the digital transformation, right? So this section is about these six technologies, as I explained. So these are the six technologies. I have listed them here: AI, artificial intelligence, robotics, IoT. AR, VR stands for augmented reality and virtual reality. So those are the AR, VR. Cloud computing, blockchain, right? And I'll be discussing these three technologies today, right? Right. Okay, starting with the artificial intelligence, right? So it is the most exciting thing happen to the world, right? The whole world now depends on AI, and our lives depend on AI now. And no matter you are an academic or a student or a doctor or even a driver, laborer, everywhere you go, you see the impact of AI, right? You know, so we are living in the age of AI, right? So we are living in the age of AI. So early days, the computers were not smart. So they have gotten smarter, right? So early computers, only job they have to perform was executing instructions, right? You give a set of instructions, mainly through a computer program, right? So we have to write, computer programs, and then we instruct the computer to execute a set of instructions, right? Program just like this, right? So some kind of instructions, right? And early days, these computers cannot think, make decisions, right? So we have to guide the computer mostly, right? We have to guide it, right? But with artificial intelligence, so we have given the computer a brain, right? So we have made the computer just like a human, right? Just like a human, like this. And now the computers can learn and also think, right? Now the computers, right, okay, learn and think, using the data, right? Of course, data is the crucial factor here. Okay, and now we have these smart devices, the computers, which can learn and think, and obviously we have done through the programs. Actually, I mean, AI is ultimately about writing intelligent programs. These are programs, but these are intelligent programs. Right? These are intelligent programs, right? So these are programs can think. So that is the difference, right? And in this age of AI, so one of the tools that uh, you know came out. So this came out in 2022, late 2022. Now we all know ChatGPT. I mean, no special introduction needed, right? So this was the turning point, actually, right? This was the turning point of AI, right? So before 22, it was just a research topic, right? Even researchers didn't believe that we can go the distance we have traveled now, right? And we just went to the classroom and we were teaching and we were carrying out research projects, and there were some success stories in AI, right? But this chat GPT showed the world the power of AI, right? So this is what we call a large language models. It is primarily a language model, is a text based model, what we call an LLM, right? And this chat GPT can learn and think, right? So it's learn, think and make decisions, right? Reason. And since 2022, so they release various versions, and now we are at a point, and the reasoning power, it is getting better and better, right? Getting better and better. with the time. So this is an example uh, of a chat GPT prompt. So this is, we call it a prompts, and we give, when we give an input prompts and we get an output response, from the, GPT, and then we can, talk to this, GPT, right? We can talk to him and get things done, right? And he will, get the input prompt, and it will, evaluate the text, right? Break it into words and get the meaning of the, input prompt, and then generate a response, not just a simple response. It learns, kind of reasons, carrying out a kind of reasoning, and then come up with a response. Now, this was in a simple prompt to ask, who are you? And according to ChatGPT, so I have added explaining one sentence for freshman undergraduate, just like you, right? If you ask ChatGPT who you are, it will tell, I'm an advanced AI system designed to answer questions, explain concepts, help solve problems. So this is the critical part. So ChatGPT can solve problems, right? And across, topics using, natural language. So this uses natural language, right? So this was definitely the turning point. And nowadays, we know about the ChatGPT version we have is ChatGPT 4 now, right? We are in ChatGPT 4 now. And in 25, they are going to release GPT-5, right? Actually, we were expecting GPT-5 in December, but it didn't come out. And this is a product of OpenAI, right? We'll discuss these things later as well. Okay. And then if we further think about this, wonderful system, so it is like one intelligent, the most intelligent, person ever lived, right? The Albert Einstein, right? So this is the Albert Einstein. So it's a combination of, several geniuses, right? He has, wonderful brain power, and he's a scientist, and he's a philosopher, and he has a lot of characteristics that we love, right? So it's a, symbol of intelligence, right? Einstein was a symbol of intelligence. So we can simply assume that we have an Einstein now, right? So now when you are entering the university system with another, of course, another, colleague who's a genius, right? Now you can think like you have a second teacher almost, right? So when you enter now, here I am teaching these, 6 technologies, and you can do the same thing with the chat GPT also. You can, right? You can learn these 6 technologies with the GPT. So you have a second teacher, right? And it's like you have a teacher at home, right? Einstein at home, right? So therefore, I am calling it, you have Einstein in your basement at home. You have Einstein at your hostel, right? So you can assume GPT now. You have an Einstein, you can solve problems, right? And that's the power of AI, right? Simple as that, right? So you can assume that you have an Einstein in the basement. So I will be discussing more about this in my second session. I will explain how to use these large language models effectively in your degree program. That is basically you have to write, prompts, right? So we call that area prompt engineering. So basically you have to write, good set of prompts, right? Smart prompts, right? You need to write smart prompts to get things done, right? Sometimes it's not easy. You have to write the right prompts. Now, see, for example, here, this this thing, right? Uh, this particular sentence that I have added, you know, ChatGPT will come up with a answer for a freshman undergraduate, right? So just like that. So you have to prompt smartly and use. And if you use it properly, you can assume that you have an Einstein in your basement, right? Right. So talking about this, now Einstein can have several roles, right? So this chat GPT, do not underestimate the, power of this Einstein. So he can be sometimes a musician, right? It can help you to, create write songs, right? Lyrics writer, right? And it can be, a writer, right? It can be a writer or even a researcher, right? So you can use, so this is a doctor. So you can actually diagnose your, the medical health issues, right? You can report to him. And now, current AI, the people are working on this, analyzing medical reports. These things are getting better and better. You go to a lab, get some reports, feed it into a language model, and get the diagnosis. So you have a second doctor. You're a doctor at home, so you can assume that. And it could be, like a, the person who is familiar with sports, right? Sports, the personality or something. Right? So it can, take these various roles. So that is the beauty of this, right? Okay, so that is to show the power of AI, right? So if you look at the big picture of AI, I'm not going to go through each and every of this, and I'm just, I want to highlight some of the important terminology. Machine learning, right? It's a branch of AI. Deep learning is a branch of AI. Actually, these are techniques of AI. These are AI techniques, right? And we cannot forget the players like the Elon Musk, what they are doing, and the Google DeepMind's work, various AI applications, and the fields like the data science, right, and the Google Translator kind of developments, right? Google Translator, like developments and robotics. Okay, so these are basically the applications of AI. So this is a kind of big picture. I have added this kind of a slide just to show you the things happening with the artificial intelligence, right? So then let's try to find a definition or the intuition behind artificial intelligence. We cannot describe artificial intelligence without describing the human intelligence, right? So if I ask you to find the answer to this uh, simple, multiplication, right? So I don't know whether anyone can do without using a calculator or pen and a paper. So this is a kind of a serious arithmetic. Just having 11 digits here, right? We have 11 digits, but sorry. So with the 11 digits, just 11 digits, but the human brain needs time, right? To do this, we need a pen and a paper, right? However, if I show you this picture, right, in no time, your brain produces a response. There's a monkey sitting on a tree, right? The monkey sitting on a tree, and almost 100% of you will, tell you, okay, this is a monkey sitting on a tree, right? And now here 11 digits. And if this is a 200, let's say this is a 2000 into 2000 image. So there are 4 million pixel values here. 4 million, 11 digits. Simple, multiplication, we needed a calculator and a paper. And this picture, having just, having 4 million pixels of information, and we process instantly and, identify this as a monkey sitting on a tree. Just see the difference, right? I will tell you what I wanted to tell you here. Now, this is another monkey. Actually, this monkey is a special monkey called Marcel. This monkey's name is Marcel. And this monkey was a character in a TV series called Friends. Friends TV series, right? So if anyone has seen Friends TV series, most popular TV series ever produced, can directly recognize, okay, this is Marcel. But if you have not seen, you again tell, okay, this is another monkey, right? So this, Marcel, predicting this as Marcel needs some kind of experience, right? We call that is experience with, watching a TV series, right? Watching a TV series. Right. And then if I ask you to read this text, now you can see the spelling of this text is wrong, right? Spelling is wrong. And, but still we can read this. Still we can read. Now this text is, do you find this simple to read? Because of the phenomenal power of the human mind. So most people do, right? That's another, example of the power of the human brain, right? And now this is just to show you. And if I play a voice clip of a song, right? Let's assume this is a song. And if you have heard it before, you will straight away, okay, tell, okay, this is a song, right? Or somehow you can predict, at least you can say this is a single song, Tamil song, like that. So I have presented some tasks that we normally go through, and I explain the complexity. Now, this is reasonably a complex task for us, and this is easy. This is nothing. And this is somewhat complex, but still easy. And this is, not for some people, not easy. And for some, this is easy as well. Right? So, like that, however, the brain, uh, you know, uh, can perform these tasks, right, with its power at various capacities, right? Various capacities. So, if you want to implement artificial intelligence, right? If you talk about now the artificial intelligence, and we have to make sure that all these things are, achieved. All these things can be done with the artificial intelligence, right? So at least we need to achieve the human level of intelligence. Otherwise, no point, right? So we must try to achieve at the human level of intelligence, right? Right. We must achieve the human level intelligence. That is the goal of the artificial intelligence. So therefore, with all these tasks, humans can perform somehow, and an AI system also should do that, right? Therefore, the definition of AI is the field of study and technology, right? The field of study and the technology that enables machines, right? It could be mainly computers, to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, right? So all these tasks we need intelligence, right? And artificial intelligence is the technology that helps to perform these kind of tasks using machines, right? So all these tasks we should be able to do using machines. Okay. So therefore, these tasks basically include reasoning, right? Learning, problem solving, understanding the natural language, and also perceiving the environment, right? So it's a full package. AI is a full package of the human intelligence, right? And this AI started around this time. So birth of AI happened in the 50s, like this. And these were the pioneering people, right? So out of this, the first person, John McCarthy, is widely regarded as the founding father of AI, right? So he's the founding father of AI. Actually, it was a joint effort of all these people. So they had a conference in 1956 called the Dartmouth Conference, and all these, actually, all of them are called founding fathers, but John McCarthy was the leading figure of that. And they had a conference in 56, and they came up with this nice definition of AI. So this is the definition according to the founding fathers, right? I gave a definition that is a very general definition. So this is a very kind of a general kind of a definition. And this was the definition given by the founding fathers, right? So this was given by the founding fathers of AI, right? So according to them, it's the science and engineering of making intelligent machines, and especially intelligent computer programs. So AI is simply about writing intelligent computer programs, right? So one can define AI as, creating intelligent computer programs. So intelligent means actually the human level intelligence. Why I'm saying human level is because even animals are intelligent. Dog has his dog level of intelligence, right? Elephant has elephant level intelligence. So here we are talking about human level intelligence, right? So this is a bit kind of a history about AI, right? And this human level intelligence, if we consider achieving human level intelligence, when it comes to this perceiving, or this task is called the object detection task, vision, right? The detection of this task is called the vision task. So what brain does is it will divide the scene. Now we get this input through our eyes, and basically the human brain tries to identify the crucial components, right? Like this. So this monkey's hair, monkey's face, and his hands, right? His body parts, right? His body, and then to recognize this as a tree, the segment of the tree, and like, right? So it will first identify all the important blocks of the image like this, right? And then feed it into of the human brain, of course, right? And the other features. So other features are like that. The other external factors, just like that, the Marcel monkey is a monkey of the French TV series. So other features are like that, right? So this, so example, the Marcel monkey in the French TV series, right? So that's a different past experience we have, right? So these are kind of past experience, right? And then we process all of them using our human brain, right? So brain has a massive neural network, right? It has a neural network. So this neural network will output, okay, this is a monkey, right? So that is the process of the human intelligence. This is how the human intelligence works. Therefore, if you want to achieve AI, artificial intelligence, so we have to do the same thing, right? So in AI, so we try to uh, kind of implement this process. That's all we need to do, right? All we need to do is uh, find a way to implement this process, right? Therefore, uh, to achieve AI, we need to, go through all the important characteristics of the human intelligence system, right? Like the decision making, planning, creativity, logic, reasoning, critical thinking, problem solving, self awareness, emotional intelligence, learning, adapting to new trying situations. So these are characteristics of the human intelligence systems, right? We all have these features, right? Plus, we have the special ability to use our vision through eyes, language, that means text, right? Here, what I mean by language is text, speech, right? And all these things, right? And then we can think of two approaches, right? To achieve artificial intelligence, we can think of two approaches. Approach one, just focus on small tasks, right? Just narrow tasks. Example, the detecting human faces, right? If you consider detecting human face as just one task, write a program for that, right? Or navigating a car. So that is just one AI task. So if you can write a program only for that, then uh, that is also an AI program, right? So that approach is called artificial narrow intelligence approach, ANI approach, narrow AI, weak AI, application or task specific AI, right? So we focus on one or two tasks and then write computer programs. So that is what we are doing now. So ChatGPT also, it's not one task, but it's a massive AI system. It is beyond a single task. Still, it is only mainly depend on the text. Right now, nowadays we have the multimodal system. We can add images also. But if you take our mobile camera phones, we have the face detection systems implemented into it. So those are application specific ones. The second approach is simply replicating human brain, right? Simply implementing all these things, right? So implementing all these above, right? Implementing all above in a machine, right? So simply machines that exhibits the human level intelligence, right? So that is the second approach. So we can take one of these approaches, right, to focus on individual tasks or as a whole. So the second approach is called the artificial general intelligence, AGI, right? Strong AI, deep AI. So that is where we are heading, right? Okay, so that's a kind of a definition of AI and the two approaches. So actually, this is the two main approaches I have listed. Okay, next I'm going to talk about the approaches uh, or the application areas of AI, right? Application areas of AI. That is that we'll discuss after a 5 minute break. So I'm going to stop for a 5 minute small break and then continue, right? So 5 minute break, right? So I will resume in 5 minutes. Okay, welcome back. In this, part of today's session, I'm going to talk about application areas of AI. Robotics also one of the areas of AI, and I have included robotics as a separate technology. So therefore, I'm going to cover robotics as an application of AI as well as a separate technology in this, part of today's session. However, nowadays, the main application area of AI is the generative AI, right? So generative AI is about the large language models like the chat GPT, right? And we know the image generation applications are quite popular, right? You know, we know we have this DALI, Mid Journey, right? These kind of applications are quite popular, right? And of course, we have the video generation, and all those kind of generation. So we can create music, right? Even movies, right? And not to forget code, right? So that is the most important for us, code generation, right? So nowadays we can write computer programs in no time, right? And recently, the NVIDIA CEO, the company called the NVIDIA, who's the leading manufacturer of the GPUs, right? The NVIDIA CEO at an interview about a month ago has said that now don't teach programming, right? Do not teach programming now. Programming is actually not a thing to learn anymore. It's not really true, but not yet. But with AI, it's about prompting. You need to write a correct prompt, and then you get the program. Right? It's like that. So generative AI definitely has transformed the whole world, right? Especially education to a new dimension. So therefore, I have listed generative AI as the number one application area. So in short, we call it Gen AI. Right? So in Gen AI, it's actually a sub area of AI, right? Now if we consider AI as the main area, right? AI, two main techniques being the machine learning and deep learning, and also computer vision, etc. So if we consider all these things as AI, so generative AI is a sub area, and the main application area of generative AI, of course, LLM is obviously if you consider the use case, is the main application area of generative AI, right? So therefore, LLM. And out of the LLMs, ChatGPT is the most popular. There are other LLMs also. So this is a kind of a situation in the modern AI, right? So modern AI is mostly discussion about these, right? However, ML, computer vision, and all these things are there, right? If you want a kind of a definition, so we can define generative AI as a technology which is capable of producing highly realistic. So this is a crucial term, right? Highly realistic and complex content that mimics the human creativity, right? So it touches this human creativity aspect of the human brain. So that is a quite a crucial aspect of the human intelligence system, the creativity. But it has gone beyond that. Actually, now generative AI has gone beyond that, right? So generative AI is almost everything. I mean, now, I mean, even for some, it's generative AI is simply AI now, right? So it can generate voices, code, as I mentioned earlier, text, graphics, video. Video means images also, including images, right? So it's a very, very powerful area, the generative AI, right? So these are missions. Of course, the Chat GPT is the most popular generative AI, application. Uh, the this is the working of Chat GPT. We basically need to enter an input prompt, and it produces an output response. So what happens inside what is what matters, and it has this something called a transformer neural network. It's just like the human brain, right? It is simply similar to our human brain, right? So you know the brain has this neural network. We have this massive neural network. So this transform acts like a human brain. So it has this 175 billion parameters. We call them weights. So those are in our the biological neural network system. Those are knowledge, memory, and the experience, right? So our brain has knowledge about certain things, memory, and the experience. So we use these for reasoning. And this, 175 billion parameters are about the knowledge, memory, and the experience, right? So that's a kind of a very, simple explanation of the behind the scene of ChatGPT. But these are, not really simple topics as it seems. This is one of the most complicated neural network architectures. So we can talk for months even about transformers. But very briefly, this is what has happened, right? And then this transformer architecture was actually, one of the neural network architectures, and the fundamental concept behind the transformer network is called the attention, right? The transformer, right? If you call them transformers, are based on a concept called attention. So that is the technology. So this attention, it just follows the human way of understanding things. As humans, we give attention to critical parts. If you go back to the monkey image quickly, so we predict that monkey image just by looking at the crucial features. So we give more attention to certain part of the monkey, right? Shape of the face, hair, right? Body, maybe a tail, right? And we will not focus much on his the body parts, even legs. We don't care. So we give special attention to certain parts. Even in text, humans give special attention to certain words compared to other words, right? For example, if you take this sentence, generative AI models utilize massive data sets. So probably massive data set is a important term here, right? Maybe models may not be, right? Maybe utilize. So those things are not important. So if you just focus on generative AI, massive data sets, neural networks, create images, text. So if you pay attention to these words, we can get the whole meaning. So that is the concept this transform architecture is based on, right? So this 175 billion parameters, the knowledge, memory, and the experience, are the words that we give more attention, right? We can say like that, right? And this is the research paper which introduced this the attention mechanism. It happened in 2017. This paper was a paper by Google. Actually, Google came up with this paper in 2017. They presented this concept called attention, and this attention is used to create this transformer neural network architecture. So therefore, actual turning point of the AI transformation happened here. So 2017 was a critical year, right? So another turning point of or milestone, right? It's a milestone of AI, right? It's a milestone of AI attention, right? Then another slide about how it works. So let's assume you have inputs, say, text, images, video. So those are the inputs of generative AI, right? So these are typically Gen AI inputs. And now these transform architectures are neural networks. Neural networks only knows how to operate with numbers. Even though our sentences are words, neural network can only understand numbers. The architecture is mathematical, actually. Internally, it's a mathematical architecture. So all these things will be converted to numbers first, then sent to this brain-like device, which is the transform architecture, right? And it has this kind of a neural networks which process these numbers and identify the patterns, right? This neural network architecture, which of course a transform architecture. There are other models as well, but transform is one of the architectures. Of course, the main architecture. It will process these numbers using the neurons in that neural network, just like the human brain. It is very similar to the human brain. That's why we see these kind of results, right? Then this network should produce numbers again, and those numbers will be converted to again text, images, video, audio, right? So this is the typical process, right? And if you consider an example of the language or text, right? So this is the word prediction. Right? This is the next word prediction example in generative AI, right? When we input dogs are, neural network will predict animals, right? And then if you feed dogs are animals, then it will predict that, and so on, right? So then it can predict the whole sentence, and this is generation, right? So this is the generation process in the generative AI, right? So this is another way of explaining how generative AI works. These things you must know, right? These things you must know. And then in generative AI, obviously the large language models are the most popular, right? LLMs. So ChatGPT is our go-to tool when it comes to generative AI, right? So ChatGPT is not just words. So we can attach images and then we can get outputs. Those things I will discuss in my next session. And if we list the most popular LLMs, right? Obviously, the GPT is number one, and the company that developed the GPT is the OpenAI. So we need to thank them. In 2022, they released ChatGPT 3 for free. So that was the turning point in AI. People started believing AI in 2022. So before that, it's all just simple, sometimes science fiction, right? And they showed the power of AI. So after that, Google came up with Gemini, and this is the Facebook, right? Meta is Llama is their model, Llama or Llama. And this Meta people has a different intention. They want to make it open. That means the Llama 3 is open source. You can download the full model. That's the beauty, right? Full model can be downloaded and do your own programs with that. Now, GPT, for example, and now they have the GPT 3.5 and 4. They don't let you download, right? But the Llama people, they have made uh, it available for download, and then you can do research, right, with that. And this Claude, right? Some people call Claudie and some people call Claude. So Claude is also a very popular one, right? It's becoming better and better. It's another very popular LM. And we have Mixtral and we have Grok. Grok is XAI, which is a company of the Elon Musk. And they are also trying to develop. So these are the most popular uh, large language model tools in generative AI available for us. So it's not only about LLMs. So all those generations are there, right? We have image generations, so we can generate highly realistic images. Text generation is there. Video generation is there. Music generation is there. And the multimodal generation is actually a combination of many types, right? It is combination of text plus image plus video, right? So generative AI is about everything, right? Not just text, right? Its most popular ones are language and images, of course, but we have the videos, music, and all those things we can do without any knowledge in music production. Now, see the music, how good this is. So we can write our own songs, we can create our own music. How wonderful that is, right? So those are so crucial, right? So crucial, right? Yeah, these are some definitions of LLMs. Yeah, these applications of LLMs I'll discuss in session 2. Right, I will move on to other types of generative AI applications. Right. So talking about the types of generative applications, we can name them the system of source target, right? Source to target. That is, what is our source, what is our target, right? So what is our source, what is our target? So for example, in this one, I am explaining text to image. So text is our source. and target is the image. So that's how we name the generative AI application. Right? If you ask what is your generative AI application, you have to tell it's text to image, image to text, image to image, text to video, text to speech, like that. Right? So that is how we name the generative AI applications, text to image. Right? So we call them translation, text to image translation. So the first one, again, very popular, right? So even the non-AI people, so they do this for fun, even, right? But this is a massive industry. I mean, the image generation just by using a text, right? Right. All you need to do is give a prompt like this, an abstract oil painting of green elephant. So all you need to do is write a good prompt, right? So you need to give a good prompt, and then your application will generate an image, right? So popular ones are, DALI, Mid Journey, right? And this stable diffusion. Those are the application tools available for us to do this. So this DALI is a tool of OpenAI. Same people who develop ChatGPT. So DALI is the image generation tool. So it's not entirely free, but they will give up to three images you can generate uh, for free. So that is text to image. More, yeah, these are some tools, right? Mid Journey, Stable Diffusion, DALI, Leonardo AI, Adobe Firefly also popular. Another example of a laughing robot in the sunset. So see, now these things are very accurate these days. We can get really nice images of AI. Now these people are using this for news, in the fashion industry, e-commerce. So this is a big industry. So this text to image area has millions of applications. And if you know how to write good prompts, you can make money also. Right? And in my next session, I will tell you how to use this in your education, especially producing lab reports, assignments, how to use this, right? And then another exciting area is image to image translation, right? Here the input is an image, output also an image, right? Input or source is an image, and the output or target also an image. So one example is, color conversion. Now this is a color conversion. That is also a generative AI application nowadays. So input we give black and white image. Output is a color corrected image of that, right? And see these kind of applications, day to night, right? See, so this can be used for nighttime driver trainings, right? You drive in the daytime. So while you are driving, there can be a screen or something. Okay, the same day image converted to night, right? Other way around also, night to day. So that is very important, right? You're driving in the night, but you have a support uh, on a side of your you know dashboard or somewhere, which shows the day image of the same night image, right? And other examples are rainy to drive. So you are, driving on rainy weather, and using generative AI, you can remove it. Remove the rain and give a clear picture of the scene. Right? So those kind of very advanced, very important application for real life situations. And another one is this: you just give a sketch, and then it will generate a real image, right? Just give a sketch of a handbag, and then it will generate, a real handbag, real looking handbag, and then your fashion designer can make it. So this can be used for your, maybe assignment when you want to create a nice image and add to your lab report or something. You just give a sketch of your, thing, and then it will generate an image, right? So things like this, extracting the street maps and labels to street. So these kind of a lot of application in this area, image to image, right? So popular applications we see in the social media and also marketing, adding styles. Now this is the original image picture taken, and you mix it with a style, right? Just to add a uniqueness to the figure, and then get a different image, right? Style transfer. And in medical imaging, applications like increasing the resolution, we call the super resolution application in generative AI. Medical imaging is imaging technique that produces, most of the time low resolution, because it's especially inside the body. There are a lot of things happening inside the body. Images can be, included or polluted with artifacts, right? Producing low resolution images. And with generative AI, we can generate a higher resolution image of the same. That's a very important application. Look at this. So this is a low resolution image of kind of a, CT. And look at this, the conversion. So therefore, this generative AI image generation side has a lot of applications. One of the most important application areas of generative AI, right? And these use cases for LLMs I will discuss next time, right? So these slides will be revisited next time, right? Okay. Final application of generative AI is this video generation. This tool Sora came as a popular tool, and that is a text to video, right? It generates a video from text. So simply, if you give this is a Tokyo walk, right? This is a text, and it will generate this kind of video. So if I show you that, Sora, the website. So this is the OpenAI. The tool is from OpenAI again. This is the popular video. This lady. This is a whole AI generated video. So right. So this is the prompt they have given. Right. A stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with warm, glowing neons and animated city signage. Right. And she wears a black leather jacket and so on. Right. So this is the prompts given to Sora. This application called Sora. And you got this, right? See, right? So this can be useful in generating scenes that we have never seen. Right now, I talked about that the video of the Dawn of the Man, right? The Space Odyssey movie, just like that. Now, this is the historical footage of the California during gold rush, right? So just give a prompt like that and then get a video just to experience how things happened, during the gold rush, right? So therefore, these are so important. So it's an exciting area. So you can use it in your degree also, that we'll discuss in the next session. In addition, we have text to video, video to text to speech, speech to text, synthetic generation. Though this is crucial when it comes to research, right? All of you will have to do a research project in your degree program, and you can use generative AI for synthetic data generation, right? So that the application. Okay, then those are the applications of generative AI. That is the first application area of AI, right? Then I will quickly go through some of the other exciting applications in domains like health, agriculture. So AI is heavily used in these areas. When it comes to healthcare, so we can use AI for automated and assisted diagnosis. This is happening now in the hospital, even in Sri Lanka. Drug discovery, that's a big market, right? This is $1 billion market. Discovering drugs using AI, right? Evaluating, genomics, right? DNA, genes, right? That's a $1 million industry. Surgical robots, clinical trials, automated clinical trials, intelligent system analysis, and things like that. So, healthcare, needs AI, right? So there are a lot of opportunities in healthcare for AI practitioners, right? And I have created a list here, right? Accurate cancer diagnosis, right? So how important these things, if we can achieve the results, right? Targeted treatments, right? Targeted treatments. So healthcare, generally expensive, right? Even for small things, we have to go to a hospital. But with this, if there is an AI tool which can simply analyze our, diagnosis reports and give accurate diagnostic reports on how important that for us in the real life, right? So all these wonderful applications are there in the healthcare, in AI, right? And in education. So education, virtual facilitators, smart content generations, data, accumulation or synthetic data generation, proctoring, and all those things can be achieved through AI. I will discuss further about these things in my next session, how to use AI effectively during your degree program, right? And then, yeah, shopping and e-commerce, right? Look at this video. A person entering supermarket and doing everything using this. He has a system. It can detect the objects and tell you more information. It will guide you, right? This is basically self checkout and doing the shopping all by yourself with the help of AI, right? With the product information, nutrient information, and all those things, can be given. And in applications like this, just using an app to produce various information. So shopping and e-commerce, another application area of AI. A lot of applications are there, right? And we can use in marketing. It's already happening. Social media marketing, right? I mean, if you log into your social media accounts, so many ads pop up, YouTube advertisements, Google advertisements. So these algorithms are, handled by AI, right? So those are, for those companies, it's marketing, and they make money out of it, right? And so this AI-based marketing is another area, right? And we use in finance for various applications, such as stock market predictions, sales forecasting, right? Risk management, credit card and loan decisions, process automations, personalized banking, and all those wonderful finance applications also there, right? And agriculture, another very important area in AI, right? So again, $1 billion industry. You know, we can use agriculture for precision agriculture, right? Use concept based on observing, measuring, responding to intra field and variability in crops. So agriculture can get the help of AI and achieve, uh, you know, much better outcomes. So these things can be used in Sri Lanka also to overcome even the current problems. Now, you see the problems with prices of rice, coconut these days. So AI can be used as a tool. So crop health monitoring. See, we can detect the issues and use fertilizers. In robotic agriculture, we can use the robo arm like this for harvesting, applying fertilizers, and all those things, right? Right. Then I'm going to discuss, as the final topic for today, robotics as an application area, as well as my second technology, right? In my list, I have listed robotics as my second technology. So we'll discuss only robotics today, and we'll discuss the other four next time, right? So robotics, as it's a branch of science and engineering, right? Especially computer science, where we use kind of machines, right? We are using machines uh, to perform various tasks, without the further human intervention, right? So, I mean, robotics doesn't need much introduction. You all know robotics. I mean, these are robotics. I mean, these are various machines that can, perform tasks automatically without the help, intervention of humans. So they can, perform all these tasks by themselves, right? And so we have various types of robots, right? We have delivery robots, humanoid robots, restaurant robots. See the delivery. This is robots taking care of the delivery, right? And these humanoid robots, who just like the humans. I mean, their shapes, the body shape is like a human. So that's the difference. Now, see, these are delivery robots, and these are restaurant robots. These humanoid robots, as the name implies, right? They look like they are the body is actually a human body, right? Shape, like, right? The body shape is actually it's a human, body, right? And then we have, pick and place robots, and you see, so if you are in a mess like this, is a very common situation we face. Factories everywhere. I mean, if you have pick and place robot, how nice that would be, right? How nice that would be. They can reorganize stuff, right? And manufacturing. This is a massive industry, right? Already we have these manufacturing robots in automobile companies, in garment factories, various other factories. We see these kind of arms performing various tasks. And I have added a link of this, several robots from the company called the Boston Dynamics. So please watch this video later, right? And we have all these, manufacturing robots And things like the robotic kitchen assistants and all these things are coming. Right, all these things are coming, and this will be our future. Right, this will be our future, and more and more robots performing tasks sometimes difficult for us to perform. Right, sometimes difficult for us to perform. Right, again. So this is another area that I want to talk about. This is actually the area called the self-driving cars, right? So it is already happening in the USA, for example. We already have, robo taxis. This is actually, of course, a delivery, but we have, robo taxis also now. There are no drivers. Everything, automated. There's a self-drive, right? And the self-driving features are added to our cars as well, and some of the self-driving features are already available in cars, right? I mean, we are getting closer and closer, and this is the agriculture, right? And this is an interesting area. Now, I told you that there is an area in robotics to develop robots to perform tasks that are really difficult for us to perform. Climbing steps, right? And going into a site of a disaster, for example. Even we see very commonly the fire disasters, right? It could be flooding. So now we see, even in Sri Lanka last couple of weeks we had this situation, and at least certain places, if we had robots who can respond to floods, fire, right? So some dangerous, places that we cannot reach. So those things we can get the help of the animal behavior. Now, the animals. Now here we have the salamander robot, and we can build a robot like salamander and implement some functions of a salamander, how it goes. And also this is an ostrich, right? This is an ostrich like robot, and we can actually build similar robots, and implement functions following their jumping styles, walking styles, right? We can create robot snakes, ocean robots. We can create underwater, right? So that area is called the bio-inspired or nature robotics. So this is a separate area, right? Bio-inspired and nature robots are a very important area in robotics, right? So robotics. Why it is important is that now the applications I have seen are highly complex. You need a lot of research and also money to build these kind of robots. But in robotics, we can build small units, right? Small units can be used, like the small microcontrollers. We can use Arduino, and Python like programming languages, right? And then create small units to perform these small tasks, and learn these things. I mean, so this is direct applications of electrical and mechanical engineering. So we can learn engineering and mechanical concepts also. So these complex systems are there, but still we have opportunities to build small units, and get the exposure. So that will be the future. So that will be the kind of the future of AI. Okay. So we are almost reach our time. So today, if I summarize, I introduced the 6 technologies. First I started with a kind of a very interesting movie scene from a movie called 2001 Space Odyssey movie. There I wanted to talk about the human evolution and how we came to this digital transformation, right? The throwing bone scene, right? The bone transformed to a spacecraft, right? So we have achieved that level during this time. And we have come to the information age. We are living in the information age, and then we have gone through the digital transformation. The digital transformation helped us to have all these technologies. So in my section, I'm talking about 6 important technologies: artificial intelligence, robotics, Internet of Things, AR, VR, cloud computing, and the blockchain, right? And then I started discussing the AI, which is the most important area, right? There is no special introduction needed. Then I created the fundamental I discussed the fundamental concepts of AI. Then I moved into the application areas of AI. And number one is the generative AI, right? Which is the hottest area these days. Then I discussed the LLMs, behind the scene of LLMs, and the other types of generative AI applications. And finally, I discussed the second important technology, robotics. I also discussed some other application areas of AI, healthcare, agriculture, e-commerce, like, right? So robotics is also an exciting field, right? So in my next session, I will talk about the remaining 4 technologies in the first hour. And in the second hour, I'll go back to generative AI. And then I'll discuss some of the techniques you can use, tools you can use to help your education when you come here. And you can assume you have a second teacher. And importantly, you have Einstein level assistant in your basement, right? He will be there in your lecture theaters, in computer labs, everywhere you go, you can take with you your Einstein, and achieve wonderful things during your degree program, right? So with that, I will conclude session 1 of my section. Today we had an issue with this student participation limit. So we'll fix that issue next time. I will post the recording of this video by tomorrow. So please watch the video, and I will post a message to those people who missed the live session today. And I will find a way to, kind of maybe do a recap next time when we meet by considering those people. So, okay, so I will announce the next session through the LMS. So until then, I would like to thank for, all of you. I mean, there's some technical staff actually helping me today. So I would like to thank them as well for helping me to do this session. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. So let's meet next time.